We have spent a bit of time thinking about the wise men visiting Jesus. Now I want us to think about us visiting Jesus. We kind of do that every time we come to Jesus in prayer and worship. And so at the start of this year, I want us to think about how we can visit Jesus more, how we can constantly be looking to be worshipping Jesus and take some inspiration from the wise men. One of the interesting things about the wise men is that they were the first people to worship Jesus. The shepherds, when they saw him, they left praising God. So in a sense, they were worshipping Jesus, but the wise men were the first people to acknowledge that this child was important. And they bent down, these important people, they bent down and they worshipped Jesus. They were the first people to do it. And it's interesting what it took for them to be in a position where they could visit Jesus, where they could worship him. They had to put in a lot of effort. They lived a long way away. They could have seen the star and just gone, forget it. That is such a long way away. I'm quite comfortable here. We're quite wise. We're respected. We've got comfortable lives. Why would we want to get on some uncomfortable camels and travel all that way across hot deserts to go and visit someone we don't know? I wonder if sometimes that is our attitude as well. Whether there will be times, I'm sure, this year that you will be thinking, I don't really want to put on the service today to worship God. Or when we hopefully can meet together, I don't want to get dressed. I'm quite comfortable at home. I don't want to go out and spend some time learning and worshipping God with other people. Or maybe, I quite like reading stories, but I'd rather do that than read the Bible. I'd rather watch TV than spend some time in prayer. The temptations are there all the time to not put the effort in. But these magi show us that actually to visit Jesus, to have an encounter with the living God, we have to put the effort in. They also persevered, didn't they? They didn't get discouraged. They went to Jerusalem, where they thought the king would be, having made that assumption. And he wasn't there. They knew nothing about it. Now, as I said earlier, I think I'd have been discouraged. I'd have left, kind of going, what was all this about? But they persevered. They found out where it'd be. The prophecy say he was in Bethlehem. And look, the star is still over Bethlehem. Let's keep on going. They persevered. No matter what got in their way, no matter how discouraged they were. And again, the same temptation is true for us. Life can be hard sometimes. We kind of think, I don't want to worship God. I'm just discouraged at the moment. Or maybe we go to church and we're going, what was the point of that? Or maybe we read the Bible and we pray and we feel like nothing has happened. So we think, I'm not going to do that again. The wise men teach us to persevere in our worship of Jesus. The last thing that I want to draw from them is that they didn't get distracted. I get distracted all the time. I start to do one task, then I see something else, that looks interesting, and I kind of do that, and then I forget what it was that I was supposed to be doing in the first place. The wise men, they travelled a long way. They would have gone through some amazing places. They went to a palace at Jerusalem. They could have got distracted. This is a nice palace. Let's just stay here. But they didn't. They had their eyes and their mind fixed on going to worship the King. Let's not get distracted this year. Let's not let things get in our way. Let's be single-minded. Let's have our eyes focused on making sure that we worship Jesus constantly this year. What I'd like you to do is to make a star. Grab some paper and cut one out, or you can do what I've done. I've done one in card and I've wrapped tin foil around it. Yes, it might look like my children have done it, but I promise you that it was me. I'm not that great at craft. Anyway, what I'd like you to do is to make a star, whether it's on paper or using foil like this, is to then get a pen and write some things on it that will help you this year to stay focused on worshipping Jesus. Like the wise men, they followed the star, and by following the star, that enabled them to keep on the right course, to keep on going so they could worship Jesus. I want you to write some things on your star and then put the star somewhere in your house, some things that will help you to keep worshipping Jesus in this year ahead. It could be any kind of things. It could be kind of, I want to make sure we attend church more regularly, or I want to read the Bible 3 times a week, or 5, or every day of the year I'm going to read the Bible more. I'm going to spend, perhaps you might want to spend more time praying together. Maybe you want to put some things on this to do as a family. We want to talk about our experiences of God together more. Kind of share what God has been doing in our lives and pray together more. Whatever it is, write some things on your star and then put your star up in your house somewhere, maybe in your bedroom or in your kitchen. So for every now and then you'll see it. And just like for the wise men, the star led them to Jesus. The things that you've got on the star will help you and lead you to worshipping Jesus more. So why don't you pause the video, and then when you're done, we'll go into a song of worship.